Okay, we are recording. So thank you guys for joining. I hope some of you lovely ladies came with some questions. I know Marilyn is always good about having some great questions too. So I know she's got to have some for me. But I do have a few things too, but I thought I'd open it up first and see if there is anything you guys have. We've done this a couple times and it's always been really good. There's something that's on your mind you'd like to know more about, just a general question, something maybe anybody on here, does, anything like that. Do you guys have anything? We'll start that off for a few minutes and see if any of you guys have anything you want to, or just something you want to share too that you've been doing that has been working really good, or that's been successful for you, or anything like that that you want to share too. So I would just leave it open for a few minutes while you guys are thinking.
Few minutes.
I know, huh? A long time. I'm gonna torture you guys.
So, something that I have been asking some of my girls that have not done Sip and Seas yet is to have them schedule one. And it is super, super scary, but I've also found that, like, not just putting it on my team page, asking them to do a Sip and See, but messaging them. And I've had a lot of luck doing that with customers as well. So
okay,
I'll just message a customer that I know is loving the products and ask them if they want to have a Sip and See. And so for the rest of the month, my team has 12 events scheduled. And so we're going to be busy like almost every night. This is my only night this week that I'm not going to be hosting a Sip and See. So
that's
kind
cool.
of fun.
Awesome.
But that's something that we've been doing and it's been successful so far. But just finally maybe doing one, or, need to get told. I don't know.
Yep, no, that's perfect, Libby. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one thing that I had on my list to mention. And so I would like to know from you before you mute yourself. So Libby, when you talk about kind of the different Sip and Seas, if you would, that you've done, with your teammates, and how you've kind of made them feel like they're not. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are, over there. You switched on me. Everybody's moving around on me. Kind of how you've made them, like, presented them to where they're not so scary for people to do them. If that makes sense. How you have convinced and said, hey, I'm going to help you,
Convince them. I have just said, I've actually taken a lot of the pressure off of them. Perfect. And I've just made it more like, would you be interested in holding a Sip and See at your house, where all you have to do is feed them some good snacks and I'll do the rest. And I leave it that simple. You get the people there, feed them some snacks, I'll do the rest. Okay. I think that that's what's most scary. With Shayna, I didn't tell her that she was going to be helping me until that day.
Perfect.
So I think that that kind of helps too, because we can work ourselves up a lot when it comes to thinking about sharing, and when it's our first Sip and See, like, it's really, really scary. And so, she had a half an hour. I gave her a half an hour to I was like, are you going to do it with me, or you're going to do this with me, right? Is what I said. Like, you're going to do this with me. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we can just like go back and forth. But she did great. She knows enough about the process. We tend to think that we have to know, and we don't. And so I did it more as like encouraging them just to invite their close friends and family over for a good time, and that I would be the one that would lead the party. So
perfect.
And you know what is another crazy thing? I have not told Shayna this yet, but every freaking event that I do, I dread them. I want to talk myself out of them before I go, and then I leave crying because I'm so happy I did it and they're so successful. It's nuts.
Exactly. I've been there, Libby. Thank you for sharing
Put it back on your butt.
Okay. All right, you guys. I'm glad you said that, Libby, because a couple things that came to mind too was You know, it is like, so I wanted to ask you, because it's that scary thing that I have totally been there too. And that's what I want people to understand. I think when I first started, we were so more like, you know, had to do the presentation, and you had to like, you know, Kathy Shipley has been with me for a while, and she knows, she's been to several of them. There we did the presentation and the, you know, and it's great. They're great, but you don't have to do that, you know, for the Sip and Seas. It can be so relaxed at your house. And talking to your ambassadors about that, I think is huge. And then another thing you brought up, Libby, kind of a roundabout way, was referrals, kind of when you were talking about your customers too, and doing a Sip and See for your customers, doing a Sip and See. It's genius to do that. I love that. And that was another thing I was going to bring up, was referrals. And there's a really cool, a little part on page 22, you guys, of our success guide, my Plexus Bible that I love so much. It talks about referrals on this page, and there is some great info and some great verbiage on here. And in that book that I love, Get Over Your Damn Self, has great chapters on referrals. But I loved this, you guys. Like, she talks about all these different questions. Well, not she, but in our success guide, you guys, it mentions all these different things that you can talk to people, like asking, you know, even a customer or just somebody you know that's not interested in it, you know, who is the most enthusiastic and hardworking person you know? You know, tell me about people who you know who have lots of friends and a strong network. You know, that you are building your business in their area, and you would love to have like-minded people like them, you know, complimenting them. And so you would love to know their friends that might be interested and might be good for. And then when you have received that referral, it's asking that person what they admire most about that person that they referred to you. Then you kind of have that really good start off when you contact that person and saying, our mutual friend, Ivy, gave me your name, and she says you are the hardest working person she knows. Boom, you're in. Super easy. And all that, like I said, is right here under referrals. And just some fun ways to do another, you could ask that person to do a Sip and See. And in our success kit too is a great chapter on Sip and Seas. Events, page 40, it's full of that. And Libby brought up another point that made me think about it, is blocking objections. You guys, I think that's the #1 thing why people get scared, and why I was scared, and why I know Dusty was scared when we went to a few meetings, and just thinking, oh, what are those people going to ask? How am I going to answer if I don't know? You know, that's the scariest thing. And then when these new ambassadors come on, they're scared to death of that. And, you know, so it's so great to offer, you know, you're going to be there with them. And if you are still uncertain, you know, and just not quite sure, go up and find somebody who will help with that event. If they don't live by you, I do several Zoom Sip and Seas that I absolutely love, that are so fun, just like this. And then you can have as many people on there. So like if Kathy wanted me to help her with one, and we were like, okay, we're going to Zoom in to somebody, you know, and maybe in Washington, into their home. What's cool is they can invite all the friends over, like Libby mentioned, some snacks, drinks, whatever they want to do, just provide that. And then all they have to do is hook up their laptop with an HDMI cord to their TV or their computer screen, or they don't even have to. If they just have their laptop, set it out on the table. Make it really informal and just simple. But boom, what I love is if they do it on the TV, then it's kind of bigger. Everybody sits around in their living room, and then we pop up on their TV when you connect it from your laptop to the TV. And you can just talk about the products. I have a presentation that you can follow that I need to actually download. I don't think we did download that, but I have the new products updated in it. But it goes through all the products, the business stuff. All you have to do is kind of go through each slide, just a few, you know, not even a few minutes on some of them, because you want to keep it quick. But what's cool about that is then you're really little down at the bottom of the screen, and all that's on the screen is the presentation. And I know sometimes that helps a lot of people where they're like, I don't want to be on this thing, you know. So then you're there and you can, it's all right there for you, which is super easy. But having them do that. So you guys can do it anywhere. You can do those sip and sees for anybody. I love the Zooms because I don't have to travel, 1,000 miles away to do it. It's right there. I'm right here doing it for somebody. So definitely reach out if you guys want and offer that to your team. You guys aren't confident, then reach out to somebody in your upline and say, I need help. We want to help you guys be confident to do yours and show you guys how easy. And I keep them fun and simple. I make mistakes all the time. And I love these blocking objections on page 44 of our success guide, because this is a great thing that we're like, what are they going to ask me, that I'm not going to know? And it happens. A lot of times I have to say, you know what? Believe it or not, I'm still learning after 4.5 years, but I am going to find out the right answer. I'm not sure, but I'm going to get back to you. And what I love about that is because you can get their contact info, or the person you're having the meeting for gets their contact info and you get back with that person, and it's great because it's another conversation starter, okay? So I love, people love honesty. So be honest. I don't know, I'm still learning too, and I'm gonna find out for you. That's great. I love when people do that to me. But like this has, is it expensive? And gives you things that you can say back. Will it work for me? Is it FDA approved? Is it safe? All those, and it gives you some really quick verbiage in here that you can, not very many words that you can answer back too. So you can always have this and look really smart and read from it. So, but if you don't know, definitely always go up, okay, you guys? But great info on the sip and sees, Libby. I think that's huge. So, okay. We're going to go back. Anybody else have any other questions? Hello to GW and Connie and Kirk that showed up too. Nice to see you guys. Thank you. Do you guys or anybody else have any questions, things they want to bring up, things you've been doing that have been working? Anything? Okay. All right. Well, if you guys think of something, just interrupt me because I love that. Okay. All right, so I wanted to give you guys an update too on today. I heard they're working very frantically on the new back office. They had some really good training today. I actually heard that from my coach, and she actually, which it worked out for me because we were out of town, but she had to cancel my coaching call this morning because all of them were doing a bunch of training. So that's pretty exciting, you guys. I know our back office is right around the corner. So I wanted to share that with you guys that are on the call. Kind of exciting. Okay, one question I thought I'd go through, and I know I've been through this a million times, but I get asked so many times. So briefly, I wanted to cover it on Jeannie. What do you do when you sign a new ambassador? Help. There is so many things out there, and it can get overwhelming and confusing, and where you're sending them either everything and it is too much or maybe not enough because you're not sure what to send them. So I wanted to give you guys kind of what I do, and this is just the way that I do it. And you guys find what works for you or specific for maybe that ambassador or maybe what somebody else does, another person on the team. Biggest thing I have been doing since all of these tools have been coming out, I have been utilizing them and finding great success with them. So I wanted to tell you guys that because this is so much easier for me and cuts it in half, cuts my training time in half. And I love that because before it was pretty much us sending everything and talking to them, which we still do. We talk to them and train on our own too, but wow, we have so much tools here at our fingertips to send. So the first thing, of course, like you guys have heard me talk about, the success kit. Go through the success kit, definitely the success guide on having them and pinpoint a few things out to them on, let's get your first Facebook, post. Let's look at some examples and think about one we can do for you. Do that with them. Give them that confidence to just post a picture of their products when they get their products and what they're doing, or, hey, I'm super excited because Marilyn has been sharing these products for a long time and I finally jumped on board. Easy, and very effective post, okay? So lots of really fun things in the success guide that I go through. And you don't have to think about it, and you don't have to try to remember everything. and try to forget everything. Because that's what I do, is I think, great, I forgot to tell them this and this. This helps me stay on track. It's a big thing I've been loving with that, okay? So it reminds me of things that are really important that I may want to go more in detail with them, you know, when I go through this success guide. It's just kind of my little checklist of, okay, and this I know this person, this is their strength, so I want to really build on that. So I will have a deeper conversation about that, okay? And then check in with them on this success guide. You know, what have you read today? What questions do you have? That's a lot of what I do, and they love this. Love, love, love this. Okay, the other thing that I've been getting a very good response back, very positive response, is the Rank Up Roadmap. Love, love, love the Rank Up Roadmap, okay? We did the training, which a lot of you were in on the group, and every day was a video and a post to go in, and that was great. Super, super good. Got a lot of good feedback from that. That group is still open, so if any of you guys or any of your team did not get in there, let any of us know and we will get you added in there. And I'm going to keep it open because I've had some people asking me and they want to add their new ambassadors to go in there and go from day 1, day 2, just start and go through it. Now, I've had a couple ambassadors that I just told them, let's go the Rank Up Roadmap, where to find it, and they just went through the training on their own and loved it. And they did it at their pace. They wanted to do more than just one video or one thing a day. So I told them, go for it, run with it. And they loved and learned so much from the videos, the activity sheets. That is huge. So there is so much there that we train on, you know, that I don't have to. I can be out building my relationships, you know, helping you guys as much as I can, you know, and giving them those tools. Here you go, invest, let's go, but not leaving them, checking in with them, of course, you know, every few days. What did you think of that video today? What did you do today? Helping hold them accountable in the beginning. Rank Up Roadmap is awesome. Okay, the other thing I have been using, and I know Libby has a comment probably on this too, the Lexi app. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've had some goods and some bad feedback on it. I've had one gal that absolutely loves it, and she's been with me a long time, and it was the training that she needed. Thought that was cool. She loves it. I added her to the track, loves it. Others, they get lost in it. They don't follow up with the text messages, the emails. They're not holding themselves accountable. So then they get behind, and it gets frustrating because they still keep coming each day and they're behind. So I've found that some of them give up on that. So I have to kind of slow them down. Let's go back, you know, just catch up. Go back to the other email. Let's, you know, read that. Let's go to that step, okay? So I'm going to be honest, you guys, as of right now, I have had more luck with sending them to the Rank Up Roadmap as far as ambassadors and having them go through that training and helping them hold themselves accountable has been really cool. There's so much. If you guys have not went through that yet, it is so valuable for all of us. So that's a big thing on the training part. Easy, easy. Saves so much time right there. Libby, do you have a comment on Lexi if you want to share kind of what you have found on that? Because I know you've been using it a bunch.
I love Lexi for the, like, I don't have to go search and share the 10 seconds to copy the link that I wish. So that I've loved. Did I cut out?
Yeah, you are. You're cutting in and out a little bit, Libby, but go ahead, and if you do, I know what you're saying, so I'll repeat it. No, it's still cutting out. Is she still cutting out on you guys too? Yeah, okay. All right. Libby, hang tight. Let's see. She's going, now she's moving on us. I see her now. I know, you guys, while she's trying to find good service, I know she loves the videos was the first thing, because her and I talked about that. She loves the videos on the Lexi app. So that is one cool thing that
can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, Libby. Try that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, the videos on the Lexi app are awesome to send to prospects as well. That's pretty much who I send it to. And I've had a lot of response back from those. And then I do love Lexi for customers, especially for customers, because it helps remind them of their dosing and when to take things. So, you know, usually at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, it will send them a text message saying, remember to take your 2 Probio 5 and your 2 BioCleanse before you go to bed. However, if for some reason that is not the dose that works for their body, it's really, really hard, because that's one of the downfalls of the app right now still, is that I can't personalize it to that person's dosing.
Yep.
But I've only had that happen one time where the person isn't on the dose that that the Lexi app has in the system. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I do love it. When it came to ambassadors, the same thing. It's a lot, especially the run pace was one assignment every single day. And even though, I don't know, the Rank Up roadmap is just so different. And the group that we had is so different because I'm a visual person, and I guess it was just more appealing. If I get one more email, I look at it and then it just ends up in my read emails and I don't go back to it, you know? So I didn't find great luck with that either. I like the Rank Up roadmap a lot better.
Okay. Good. Awesome.
I had a question.
Go ahead, GW. You bet.
On the Lexi, and this is where I kind of get mixed up, you know, when you get a new customer, you know, when do you guys put the new customer in to get the things repeating? Is it once they get their products or when they first sign up? That's when I always get mixed up, because then, you know, because if you get them in there, and that's what happened to me, I had to kind of reinstall the thing because they were getting stuff, and I'm like, well, I haven't got nothing yet. I'm like, okay. So, you know,
So yeah, it is a great question.
What's the MO on, you know?
It's 3 days prior to, well, yes, 3 days prior to their start day. And so I know that here in Utah, if my customers order tonight, they are not going to get their things until Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay? So I have to do that math and hope that they do get it on Thursday. And then I haven't got it wrong yet, but it is the 3rd day that they will start their products. No, the 4th day. So they have 3 days, and then on the 4th day.
Okay.
So if you do it, just I usually set them up the day that they order on the Lexi app, and then let them know, you know, I want you to start your products on this day. That's what's helped me most. So
it's harder for us, GW, too, because, you know, our customers and ambassadors are usually getting 1 to 2 days sometimes here in Arizona. So it can be tricky. So what I've done, GW, on that is tell them, and Libby helped me with this, is, hey, you may be getting a few text messages, emails in the beginning. Just ignore them. You know, this is kind of how this works. Just ignore them. We'll catch you up. I don't know. That's how I've had to do it.
Okay. I've been telling them, hey, you know, we have this new app and you're going to be my guinea pig. So if you start seeing a lot, you know, I've been kind of deflecting it that way. So
I just thought of something. When you go into the track, you should be able to adjust the date that it starts. So just something to think of there, because the reminders and the messages are all about dosing. From day one, from the day that they start taking their their triplex or whatever track that they're on. And so if you go in and you edit the track, you can also change the days that it sends on. So that's, I don't know why they have that yet, but that's still odd to me. But there's got to be a way that there is a start date in there, and I'm wondering if you can go in and edit the start date to just be like back a few days, you know. So say they actually ordered today, but you know they're going to get their products tomorrow, you could go in and edit their start date to be July 14th to where tomorrow would be their first start day.
Yeah. Yeah, I played with
brainstorming.
Lexi for a little bit, and I kind of screwed it all up, and I called customer service and got put on hold. So I'm like, you know what? I just reinstalled it, and I've done that like twice because it was, it's taking used to. There's some kinks in it, but it's a good tool. But it's just that, yeah. And I agree with the run rate. Like sometimes with ambassadors, like every day kind of thing, you kind of get behind, like, whoa, and then I'm always going back. Okay, mark is complete because I'm like, wait, we already did that, So
Exactly.
anyway.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
And I know they are working on it. That's a great question, GW2. Thank you. I know they are working on perfecting it. That's all this feedback that they're getting. They have the group page. They have another page that all this feedback is going to, and that's what they're wanting to do is perfect it. They wanted it out by convention, so that's why they didn't have the other tracks up. They're bringing more products in, but they didn't want to do any of that until they have all this other stuff perfected. So I know it's going to be good for us, as well as I know the Rank Up roadmap in itself, and I believe the Lexi app were both made for our new back office. I know the Rank Up roadmap for sure. So like the way it looks in our back office, it's going to look 10 times better in our new back office, and everything's going to be better. You're going to be able to check mark everything, and it's going to stay. But they wanted it out for us, which I'm super thankful. But once our new back office comes, I think a lot of stuff is going to be improved and better with those other tools too. So my hope. Okay, the other big thing, you guys too, that I wanted to share with you, when I get a new ambassador, one of the big things I ask them is, what are your goals? What are your goals with this? Do you want to get your products paid for? Do you want to just order at wholesale pricing? Or do you want to make some extra income? Do you want to pay for vacation? Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to quit a job? All those different things. Really asking them and being sincere in that and letting them know you believe in them and that they can do this because of what you've seen, okay? When you do that, you guys, in the very beginning, and asking them what their goals are. I want to know how I can help you. That's what I tell them. You tell me what you want so I know how to help you. And I flat out tell them, you want to just be a wholesale, that's perfect. I'm going to treat you just like a customer, check in with you on your products. You want to get your products paid for, then guess what? We're going to learn a little bit about the business so that you know how to reach out to 3 or 4 people. We're going to get you some customers. We're going to continue to get you a few more customers so that you always have that income coming in to pay for your products. But if you want to earn extra money, I'm going to be your coach. And I'm going to be that person that is going to help you step by step and train you. So I want your commitment to give me that permission to help you. And I'm going to send you information. I'm going to send you to the Rank Up roadmap. I'm going to train you in the success kit. And we're going to do this together and get your Facebook post out there right away. And we're going to get you to silver this month. And on and on and on. And they love that. I have such a good response from that because they're excited because it's like unknown. They don't know what to expect. They're in this new journey going, I don't know, you need to tell me. And I forget, you guys, sometimes, because after 4.5 years, it's hard to remember, even for any of you, all of you guys have been on this team for a while, it's hard to remember, what it was like, exactly, Marilyn, what it was like when we signed up, because we're like, we've got it down. We know what's going on. We're still learning every day, but we have to remember they are brand new and scared to death, probably, of this opportunity and not having a clue what to do, okay? So when I give them kind of that confidence and that authority that I'm gonna help them, they love that. And they're like, well, yeah, I can definitely try the business, okay? And this is the other thing that I love, the power of 3 is on page 63 with a great graphic on this page, and it explains a whole lot about the power of 3. So I send them here, read about the power of 3. Let's get you to silver first. We're going to help you reach out to 3 people. Boom. You guys kind of know how to direct them, after that. But sometimes in the past, I have assumed that they didn't want to work the business because of maybe how, I talked to them in the beginning before they signed up or ordered. And that was my bad. I've learned that don't assume. Definitely ask them, because I've had some of the people that I thought, oh my gosh, that person would never want to work this business. And yeah, they're excited. I have one gal, I'm going through all the training with the Rank Up Roadmap with her right now. She's excited, she's sharing, she's getting her sister on it. And she is somebody that I never, ever, ever thought that she would sign up, number one, and never thought that she would work the business. And when she did, I was kind of hesitant still. And I'm like, no, you need to tell me your goals. What are your goals? Okay, it's awesome. Then you kind of know how to lead them and get them sober. Get them that paycheck the first month, because you are responsible for that. You get to be responsible for that reward of them earning extra money for them and their families. It's pretty cool, as well as paying for their products. And so that is a big, like I said, probably the most important is finding out where they're at. That communication is part of your success and their success when you communicate with them in the beginning, okay? So I will tell you guys a story too before I let you guys go that I have to tell you. I have a college gal that I have adored. She just went into college last year, and I know her mom pretty well. Have talked to her mom several times trying to get her to sign up with Plexus because I know she'd be great. And so we were at the pool the other day with the boys swimming lessons, and her daughter that you guys I've never talked to, thought about it 100 times, you know, here and there, but knew she went off. She's rodeoing in college, one of my favorite girls. She's like, Jeannie, do you think I could do Plexus? And talk about like just hitting the ground, because I was so excited, but then at the same time I was mad at myself, you know, because I'm thinking, and it's all in timing. But I was like, why didn't I talk to her before? And I was so excited, shared everything with her. Her mom was sitting right there. Mom is super excited. And her mom is going to sign up under her. We're going to meet this week and, you know, talk about it. I really built her up and talked to her about being in college, and she's excited. She's like, Jeannie, I will tell you what, everybody in college is talking about network marketing, which I thought was really cool. She said, that is the way that we are making money. She said, so many people did that last year. And she was like, I want to go with you. I want to do Plexus because I've been watching you. So that number one is because of my consistency of posting, but it's also my fault for not reaching out to her before. But I will tell you that I'm thankful, you know, too. Timing is everything, and I'm excited because it got both her and her mom, and I get to help both of them now. And so just don't ever judge. I tell you guys all that the time, and then sometimes I do it myself, and I kick myself later, okay? Don't judge. Don't prejudge on people. And just know that those people are out there looking for what you have, and they're thinking about you. And when it pops into their brain, they think about you. So even if they say no, if I'd asked this girl and she just said no before, like her mom has 100 times, you know, they thought of me when they were ready. So I just had to share that with you guys to hopefully give you some confidence to go out and reach out to those people that you're thinking in your mind, because I do it all the time when people tell me that, and I got people going through my brain right now going, I need to go off this call and go contact them. So hope that helped you guys. Any more questions? Anything I can help you guys with? Nope. Okay.